Baseball is dead.
Rest in peace.
The World Series is going back to Toronto with the Toronto Blue Jays one win away from October glory, immortality, a piece of metal in the trophy case for the first time since 1993. For the first time since I was 4 years old, the Toronto Blue Jays are one win away from a World Series title. And I think maybe if you're a Blue Jays fan and you're hoping that, you know, we're kind of like, we want to like tickle the balls a little bit on this episode and hype you up for potentially winning the World Series, I will stop you right there. I don't think we're going to do that because it is the Dodgers. And you know that. If you're listening,
Jared,
you know that.
I would, brother, I was just going to say this feels as inevitable as Ohtani felt. And then we saw what happened. I feel buddy, I don't know that Dodgers maybe need to bring change of clothes. Like that's what it feels like. Like just bring your overnight bag because you're probably leaving after the ball game. That's what this feels like. The Blue Jays, it feels like the Blue Jays felt like if we can get up off the canvas after taking one on the chin like we did, and we can punch back and win the next round, it's going to feel like we've got this fight won. It's going to feel like we're not going to point them to death. There's going to be a knockout blow. And at this point, anything short of a 7-game series is a knockout blow. So if it's in the six, you can bet the 10 count's coming. That's what it feels like right now. This offense is as lengthy and as girthy as it's been this postseason. They ate the lefty alive, something the Jays have done all postseason. It was almost textbook when you think about what the Blue Jays have done this postseason, and specifically against left-handers. They have banged against lefties. Banged.
How many of Blake Snell's earned runs were inherited? 2?
2.
2. Okay, because I was going to say, when he left the mound, it looked a lot better, at least from a box score perspective, than what it ended up being. But the game is about Yesavage. We'll do plenty of tongue bathing and nugs context for Trey Yesavage's historic outing. But last night when we were kind of like previewing Game 5, I mean, Blake Snell, if you take away the inherited runners, if his bullpen kind of picked him up at the end, I was like, yeah, I could see him going 7 innings. I thought I said 1 earned run, but he went 6 2/3, and it was just in when you compare and contrast with that infamous outing in the World Series that Kevin Cash pulled him from in 2020. This man went out there and threw 116 pitches. 116 pitches. And he wasn't sharp. It was 4 walks. And the first 2 guys right out the gate, bing, bang, back-to-back homers, and on 3 pitches, by the way. So I don't know. Like, let me ask you this, Dallas, as a former pitcher. If you give up back-to-back home runs to open the World Series on 3 pitches, does that because Blake Snell's not scared. He's not scared out there. He's a veteran. There's a reason why he got a fuck ton of money. There's a reason why he has a Cy Young in both leagues. But you give up back-to-back homers to lead off a World Series game. Does that make you pitch differently where you're like, I don't want to be in the zone as much?
This is why I said, I'll answer your question. This is why I made the statement I did when we talked about who was starting this ball game and why I wanted to side with experience. And it was because of what Blake Snell has been through and the fact that he knows how to reel moments like that in. And unfortunately for my prognostication, what happened on the other side was Yesavage went out and just dominated to the tune that we've never seen another rookie do. So for Blake Snell, yes, early on, Jared, absolutely, it puts you on the defensive because you've thrown 3 pitches. 2 of them have not made it to Will Smith, and they've ended up as souvenirs, and you're already losing. So what's the game plan now? Like, that is the epitome of, I came in with a game plan. I absolutely I got 1-2 pieced. and I took a knee down. That's a knockdown. I wasn't flat backed. I didn't get up with stars at the 8 count and stumble on the ropes, but I got, hold on, like Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, Rush Hour. Which one of you kicked me? Who kicked me? Like, I don't even know where it came from. That's how
which one of y'all hit me?
It happened.
I love that movie. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's at one point Blake Snell had a postseason ERA this postseason that was, I don't know, like half a run pretty much. I mean, all the guys did. Like coming into the World Series between Glasnow, Snell, Yamamoto, they were just dealing. It was like Ohtani was the chump of the rotation because he had like a 220 or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, Blake Snell has proven to be human the last 2 outings. But again, like if his bullpen picks him up and it's 6 2/3 and it's 3 earned runs, sure, it's the back-to-back homers to open it up. Like you don't love the 4 walks, but just having that dog to go out there and throw almost 120 pitches to try and get through this thing. And I respect the outing. Like I respect the effort. I respect the fact that when Dave Roberts came out there in the 7th inning to give him the hook, that even at 116 pitches, Blake Snell's like, what the fuck? Like he almost reacted the same way to getting pulled at 116 that he did to Kevin Cash coming out there trying to take him out at like 45 pitches or whatever it was in 2020.
Yeah. You can see the lip smack like,
yeah,
bro, come
like
on.
really? You're going to come get me right now?
Yeah. But you know what? In that moment and I know it's tough to digest too at this point, but I really don't know what other routes you go if you're Doc, but I mean, is there a little, and look, I'm not trying to give credit to the Dodgers in the face of what the Blue Jays did tonight, because it's all credit to the Blue Jays won this game. The Blue Jays beat the Dodgers. The Blue Jays were outstanding on the base path. They got, as we will highlight, an incredible performance on the mound. They made great plays defensively. Like they just beat the Dodgers' ass in this game. Like just because it's 6-1 doesn't mean like at one point in time, I think it might have been like in that 6th inning or the 7th inning, when the the 7th inning when the Blue Jays scored a couple. They looked lifeless. The Dodgers looked tired. They looked lifeless. It did not look like they were. It looked like they were taking it on the chin, and they couldn't even get their hands up. I don't know why I continued to go to the boxing references, but it looks like they were just getting punched and couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, it's weird because like I remember I was listening to this. Like, I listen to baseball podcasts sometimes. There was this dude that was like, I got the Jays in 7, and it feels like the Jays they just want it more.
Shit, actually,
they just want it more. Like look at how they react when they clinch the American League pennant, and then look at the Dodgers. They're like, whoop-de-doo, we won. Who cares? Like the energies of those two clubs are just a little bit different.
The stats guy on that podcast is hot as shit. Sorry.
She is pretty hot. But I think the whole thing is. I think that the energy matters. I think it matters. Will it matter in a game 6 and game 7? Well, I mean, of course, like it plays a factor, but they still have to go out there and win the baseball games. But when it is noticeable like that, it has translated to the final score.
The best thing the Dodgers have going for them right now at this point, well, I guess it's twofold. 1, Yamamoto. Yes, that's a plus. But 2 is there's a day off now for these Blue Jays to sort of cool off, if you will, to slow down just a little bit. Problem is you're going back home. They're going back home. And they know like it, and this is a moment where, hey, we just got to defend the front gate, man. That's all we got to do. We go home, we defend the front gate, we take the first ball game back at home. It's a done deal. Day off, all hands on deck. Gosman's going to roll. Like you have to feel fantastic about this if you're Toronto. Fantastic about it.
I want to get Jay Hayes' thoughts.
Staring down the barrel of Yamamoto.
I want to get Jay Hayes' thoughts on this. But every morning when I wake up, at least for this postseason run, at least since the division series, I will look up what Vladdy's hitting for the whole postseason. And I'm sure both of you have looked in preparation for this podcast, but have you looked? Do you know what he's hitting for the whole postseason?
Well, Vlad's hitting?
Yes.
Oh, over 400.
I knew he's hitting before the game, but not now.
415. This is for the whole postseason.
Yeah.
415, with a 506 on base percentage. That's an on base percentage. His slug is 831, so that is a 1331 OPS. I think when we look at that, there's only 2 individuals still remaining in this postseason who qualify that have an OPS over 1,000. Addison Barger right there knocking on the door, 971. Ernie Clement at 928. But Shohei Ohtani, it's an 1109 OPS, which is heavily aided by the 8 home runs that he's hit. And they've come in bunches, whereas Vladdy has just like sprinkled in homers all throughout. Vladdy's got 8 bombs. Shohei's got 8 bombs. Vladdy has 11 extra base hits. Shohei has 11 extra base hits. But Shohei's hitting 250 for the postseason. So it's like Vladdy, like when they've needed, even like obviously tonight, it was 2 batters in. It was back-to-back homers. And it's like, can it be a crucial moment in the first inning, the second batter of the game? And the World Series? Yeah. Yes. Like even just like jumping Blake Snell with the leadoff home run, that's a big like, shock moment. But that second one to make it back to back and it's 3 pitches in, that is the home run. Like first one, it's like, all right, yeah, whatever. Like you jumped a heater. Congrats. Good for you. The second one is the one that makes the Dodgers dugout, the fans in the stands go, oh, fuck. Like what? Oh, fuck. Already 2-0. It's 3 pitches. I didn't even sit down with my Dodger dog and we're losing 2-0. He's throwing 3 pitches. So he's had.
It feels 5-0.
Yeah. Like it's because runs for the Dodgers have not been super easy to come by. Like, let's just say it. Like when the Dodgers have won baseball games, it has been standout performances by like one dude who kind of just like went off. Like they haven't been spectacular at keeping the line moving. Like they're not like a station to station lineup right now. And the other thing that we haven't mentioned is the update that we got on George Springer. He very well could be in the lineup for Game 6. So
which
like the Dodgers,
wild.
I don't want to say they had their chance, but they just lost 2 without Springer, and now Springer's going to be back for Game 6 potentially.
Well,
Things have changed.
Springer might as well have been there, Jared. The game started 1-0. And that's, if you're being honest, like that is one of the biggest threats that comes along with George Springer is it's the 1-0 threat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got a leadoff hitter, 30 leadoff hitters going in the big leagues on any given day. Outside of that, there's only a specific class of these guys who, when you put them in there, have shown in the leadoff spot that they are a consistent power threat in that leadoff spot. George Springer is that dude. So when the game starts 1-0/2-0 within the first 3 pitches, it's not like you forgot about George Springer because we talked about what his presence means even after the first at bat of the game, because he's going to come up again and likely with guys on base. And the idea of him just being a leadoff hitter, well, that's gone. He's now the power threat that he's always been. And there's guys on base now. There's traffic ahead of him. And you don't want that dude looming regardless. And that's what happens when you get that sort of, because right now you're not looking for these guys to sustain their performance for the next 2 weeks, Jared. You got a leadoff pump in any game of the World Series. We thank you for your service, sir. We thank you very much.
What did they get last night? They got 2 hits out of the leadoff spot in Game 4. They got a leadoff home run in Game 5. So, yeah, Georgie, welcome back, I guess. But we're all set. Like we might not need you for this or anything like that. But Jay, hey, what are your instant reactions? Like we still haven't talked about Trey Yesavage. We're gonna get to it. Because it's the obvious thing. But what are some of your thoughts? Because it's more of a big picture discussion. We're talking about Game 5, but we're also talking about where the Jays are at, the position that they've put themselves in, and also where the Dodgers are at in the position that they've put themselves in as well.
I think my instant reaction, other than Yesavage, which we will get to, is just how fickle the postseason narrative mistress is, and how it really looked for a second there like it was Blake Snell's moment in a way. It's been a lot of people's moments, but it looked like Blake Snell was going to have his share of it this postseason through his first 3 starts. Like he was doing things that people really hadn't done before. But his last 2 starts and those both coming in the World Series, he's fallen way short of what they needed. And in this game, we've talked about it a couple of times, but there have been some games that ended up as lopsided in this postseason that didn't necessarily feel that way for the whole game. And I believe it was Dallas who said at the beginning that this felt like a 6-1 win. It felt like the Blue Jays had control of this one. And obviously, as you said, hitting consecutive homers is a big part of that feel. But, Blake Snell was severely outpitched in this game. And that, we were talking about kind of the new era of Blake Snell as a pitcher, as a postseason pitcher, and look at how deep into the games he's going and all this sort of stuff. And, there was real value in him, him channeling his inner, why am I blanking on our buddy's name? Dallas's best friend.
Bruce Chen?
No. The guy who absorbed all the innings last year for the Dodgers in the World Series.
Honeywell? How do you forget the fucking goat's name?
I don't know.
Honeywell.
I'm a little concerned about.
Put some respect on it, ma'am.
I know. Snell channeling his inner Honeywell there and soaking up some innings at the end to save the bullpen and going 116 innings. But just that we're having this conversation about Snell with the way that it started it is one of my main takeaways.
Yeah.
I mean, I go back to the whole give the Dodgers, get 6 innings from the Dodgers starters. You like where you're at. What happened tonight too with the pass balls, the walks, or the wild pitches, excuse me. I believe they banged Will Smith and Smoltz. I could feel Smoltz just like, what are we doing? Like he was bitching about because it was 100 in the left-handed batter's box and Will Smith is like trying to knock it down. He can't get to it. And they saddle Smitty with the pass ball. And even Smoltz is like, bro, really? It's a hundo. He fucking good luck. But they score that 4th run without a hit. And then they manufacture another, right? And it's just like that. That's where that was the moment where it just looked like, are we toast here? Have we checked out? Like, is this one in the bag? We're already on the plane to get to Toronto. Like, damn, that's just, that is not a championship brand of baseball. Those are the attention. That is the attention to detail. Like that's at its height right now. And that's why I said outstanding effort on the base path by the Toronto Blue Jays. I think it was Varsho and Clement, like just great job. Great job of seeing an opportunity to grab an extra 90 feet and making it hurt. It's a difference, because they tried it early when they challenged at first base, got the call, and then challenged again at second base after tried to steal. That did not work out. But the Blue Jays are just like, yo, fuck, we're applying pressure. Everywhere we can apply pressure, we're going to do it. They tried to start to hit and run later in the ball game with a nice little cushion. Like, love it.
You mentioned a great job. I'm going to be doing a great job on my pick'ems on Friday. I'll tell you that right now. This pick'em probably going to be another 5-banger, Jay Hay. Probably going to punch in a 5-banger for Halloween. I don't know what the correlation is between Halloween and the number 5, but I will be going 5 on Friday for a potential World Series clincher. This could be the last pick'em of 2025.
How do you not go with 6 for Game 6? Halloween 6.
You want 6?
Mark of the Devil. How do you not?
You want 6?
I think both of you guys should go 6.
A fucking 12
you want 6?
Mutated spider? Absolutely.
I'll go 6.
Could be the last one, as you said.
Yeah, why not? Why not us? Why not us? Fuck it. I'm going to go 6. Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. All you have to do is take my pick'em on Friday night. Yep, you might be a winner. Why not? I've won before. I've won a lot.
I'm looking forward to it.
So what's one more win for the kid in 2025? Download the Underdog Fantasy app. Make sure you sign up with the promo code Jared. That's Jared to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code Jared. Oh, how about some Trey Yesavage nugs? And can I kick it to you to do the nugs? And then my dog is screaming downstairs, so I'm gonna investigate that. Well, so you can do that while I investigate. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah. You investigate that. All right, let's pull up the Trey nugs. I mean, that's an all-timer, DB. That's
Dude, it was one of the you've got nugs, and I'm sure you saw the narrative kind of laid out. In his limited starts, this was now the third team that he was going to see twice, right? That this is the third team he had now seen for the second time, and understanding in very limited time. And so that got me to thinking that the question that pops up all the time is, who has the advantage? Who has the advantage seeing each other in such close proximity, like almost back to back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's I think it's always an interesting question, because I don't think you can answer that question until you see how the first game unfolds, because now I think you kind of get to see where some of the adjustments could be made. So I went back and took a look at, how things went in his first start against Tampa Bay as opposed to his second start, pitch usage. Same thing against Seattle in his first and second games, and then tonight as opposed to his first outing against the Dodgers, which obviously by far the best outing that we've seen from Yesavage in totality. But it was interesting just kind of watching him flip the script in terms of pitch usage. For instance, when you go to the first game against the Dodgers, 38 fastballs on the night in 80 pitches for Yesavage, and 19 of them for strikes, got 6 swing and misses on that pitch. Well, tonight, 104 total pitches, just 29 fastballs, but 17 for strikes, just a couple of swing and misses. And so then you start to ask yourself, where are the rest of those pitches going? Well, the slider did a lot of the heavy lifting tonight. 45 of those were thrown, 36 of them, Jay Hay, 36 for strikes. 14
How many sliders?
Misses.
How many sliders did you say?
45.
So if I'm not mistaken, I believe the 32 sliders he threw in game 1
correct
were the most of any start to that point.
Correct.
And now he blew that out of the water with 45 or whatever you just said. So yeah, that's crazy. I mean, 45 sliders, almost regardless of the number of total pitches that you've thrown in the start, is a crazy percentage.
And now here's this. The pitch that was phenomenal along with the slider, because I mean, and when you start to think about what this dude is doing and where he's coming from, think about a tunnel, right? And just think about the fleur-de-lis. I've used this reference multiple times, but the New Orleans Saints logo, for those who are like, fleur-de-lis, what the fuck's this guy talking about? 3 lanes, one that continues straight, one that goes right, one that goes left. That's what that splitter and that fastball and that slider are doing, is out of that same tunnel, you're going whoop, hard left, whoop, exploding through the zone, whoop, hard right. Like, take your pick. But you're going to have to pick a lane. And very rarely are you successful. And tonight, there was 0 success. They didn't pick the right tunnel at any point in time against this dude. It was ridiculous. 30 splitters tonight, Jay. 30 as opposed to just the 10 they saw in game 1. So he tripled the usage. So you were absolutely seeing a completely different script of how he went about it. But he had to. Why? Because it was working. He was getting deeper into this ball game. So he had to continue to offer them things in different ways, different fashions. And that's where it's really fun to watch a young pitcher on the game's biggest stage start to learn in a small window of time how to get deep into a ball game, how to pitch deep into a ball game. And you can go through those other 2 ball games, and I won't bore everybody with it because those games were, a couple months ago, but it shows up in both games against Tampa. It shows up in both games against Seattle. He did the same thing. Seattle, game 1, 16 splitters. Game 2, 31 splitters, right? Everything else virtually the same. 31 fastballs in game 1, 29 fastballs in game 2, 23 sliders in game 1 against Seattle, 27 sliders in game 2. So it was the split that he reserved, kept in the back pocket, if you will, and then broke out, and it was absolutely devastating. Game 1, that split against Seattle, 2 swing and misses, Jay. That's it. 2, just 1 strikeout. In game 2 against Seattle, 10 swing and misses, 5 punch-outs. So he showed you something, planted the seed, and then never went back to it, allowed the other stuff to do the work. And then the second time around, meaning the second ball game around, he said, all right, good luck. Here it comes.
I got a tweet from someone who said, when are you guys going to start pronouncing Trey Yesavage's name correctly on the podcast? Is that not how you say it?
Is it Yesavage?
Well, now we're going to have to like dig through some clips to find out. Let's see. We're all finding this out in real time together.
There's not even a phonetic on Baseball Reference. It's just.
I know. I looked at that too.
Yesavage.
Let's see.
Maybe it's
Let's see it. Let's see if Schneider says it.
Yesavage.
What do you make of what Trey did on the mound today?
Trey.
He was pretty good. Historic stuff. You know what I mean? When you talk about that stage and his numbers, getting ahead of a lot of hitters, tons of swing and miss. You know, it's one thing to be in the zone, and it's another thing to be in the zone and get some swing and miss. So slider and split were electric. You know, I said it before the game. It's a different pitcher when he has his stuff. You know, game 1 didn't have a feel for his split, so I'm kind of blown away at what he did.
So that was no help.
13 for 24 first pitch strikes for Yesavage. Yesavage.
I mean, how the fuck? We can't use this clip. There's no way Poppy knows how to say it right.
But I mean,
what about Jeets?
Thought it was impressive with what he did against the Yankees, right? This was even more impressive doing it in the World Series on this stage. He's got poise. He's got confidence.
No, everyone's afraid to say it. He says he.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Trey. He and Trey.
Trey.
What's Wiki?
Hold on. I've got it. Hold on.
You have a clip?
Yesavage. I've got it.
How have we fucked this up for so long?
Like,
outside of the most
Savage.
about a month and a half ago, nobody outside of the most diehard Blue Jays fans or prospect fans would have known the name Trey Yesavage.
Trey Yesavage.
I think that's
Yeah,
what we've been saying.
Trey Yesavage.
Yesavage.
I mean, I feel like it's close. Trey Yesavage. Trey Yesavage.
I think it's just drifted over time. I bet if you did a compilation of the pronunciation over time, we started correctly.
Yeah, and honestly,
probably just tired, you know.
Yeah, it's been a long month. It's been a long month, you know. No disrespect to Trey Yesavage. We're
just
big
for
fans.
the record, we never did the nugs. So whether we want to get them, Dallas and I were just kind of riffing on some other stuff. So we can still save those for the end because we didn't have to buy you time. We just talked.
I just broke down his
Yesavage. Yeah,
I just broke down how in his second game. Oh, and just to put a bow on that, here is the nug, including tonight in his 3 starts, seeing a team for the second time, 17 and 2/3 innings, 5 walks, 24 strikeouts, 2 homers. That's a 1.53 ERA, 12.23 Ks per 9, 222 opponents batting average. Savage. Second time seeing these
guys. If I were to ask you guys, what starting pitcher has the lowest ERA in the postseason of the pitchers still on teams that are vying for a World Series title, who'd you guess?
The lowest ERA. It's Yamamoto.
I feel like Jay Hay knows the answer because he looked it up, but do you know the answer, Jay Hay?
No, I didn't look it up.
Okay. What's your guess?
I mean, I would have guessed Yamamoto too, if I'm being honest.
Oh, well, it's not.
Wow. Is it? No, it's not.
Dallas is cheating right now. His eyes are wandering off, so we know he's cheating.
Is it Max Scherzer?
I said Yamamoto.
It's
that was
not
my
Max
guess.
Scherzer.
I don't
It's
have
not
the,
Max
I don't
Scherzer.
have the concentration right now to fucking
Chris
look
Bassett.
somewhere else.
It is Tyler Glasnow.
Really?
What?
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
What's his ERA?
150.
Wow. Sounds like some funky scorekeeping.
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh yeah, sorry.
What'd you say?
Jesus Christ! That's insane.
I said the F word.
Don't say it again. I'm gonna say something that maybe is gonna upset some people because I don't believe in jinxes. I don't believe in them. I don't think that what I say on this podcast is gonna affect Game 6 of the World Series. I don't. It could blow up in my face, and maybe people would be like, "Oh, you said that this wouldn't happen, but it did." Ha ha ha. Fine, so be it. I would love to see it happen. It'd be great. Be a great watch. But I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think Yamamoto's throwing a complete game in Game 6.
Whoa!
I don't think he's gonna do it.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna do it.
Ballsy.
Yeah, I don't think it's happening.
You're calling him a bitch?
I'm basically saying he can't do it all himself.
Calling Yamamoto busted. You heard it.
I mean, he literally got up in the pen and was ready to come into the game and save the world in the 18-inning game. And you're saying he can't do it all himself?
That was all for show.
Point of fact,
I'm surprised he didn't put a fucking helmet on and grab a bat tonight.
Yeah.
He just started walking up and down the dugout.
I'm just glad that, so I don't know that I would have said this because it's been what, 24 years since the last time it happened. I don't know why I would proclaim that Yamamoto is not going to, it's not like he's going to throw another, complete game in his last time out. But now that he's done it twice in a row, I'm just going to say it ends at 2. That's my bold take.
Wow.
It ends at 2. Yeah.
Hot take.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We will not see 3 straight complete games from Yoshinobu Yamamoto. That has happened, right? I'm assuming it had, like, back when, like, fucking
Schilling,
like Dirty Dick
Dick
Ross used to throw
it was
7 complete games in 1903.
Schilling was the last time.
3 straight.
Yeah, he did. 01 was 3 straight.
01.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Call him up. Get him on the pod.
Ooh. I could. Sick that day. I'm sick that day. I could probably figure out. I looked it up before. There's obviously there's instances other than him. I just don't remember the last time.
I would like to know the last time before Schill in 2001.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Yeah. Do you want to take a guess in what decade it happened in? I'm going to say the
80s, but I don't even know who it would be.
I'm going to go 70s.
All right, hold on one second.
Yeah, I'm going to say the last pitcher to throw 3 straight complete games in the postseason.
Carlton? No.
Before Curt Schilling did it in 2001. It happened in the early 1970s too.
Still running.
Wow. People are going to be blown away by this. They're going to be like, wow, I didn't know this guy did that.
All right.
Maybe it was one of those...
So what did you guys say? What decades?
The 70s. And I think Dallas said the 80s.
I said the 80s.
Is one of us right?
Yes.
Okay, so I think it's going to be someone in the 80s, and it's going to be embarrassing for Dallas because I think is it an Oakland A?
It's not an Oakland A.
Oh,
because
I would have guessed one of the arms.
Games. There was no need for them to play any more than they needed to just to win it.
Schilling was 01. Did not happen in the 90s. Then happened in 88.
88.
Hershiser.
So that was a
the Bulldog.
The Bulldog.
Let's go.
Oral Hershiser. And then before that, it was 75 by a Red Sox, actually.
That would have been Louis Tiant.
That's right.
I was just going to say Louis Tiant.
Then
Yeah.
Lolich, Mickey Lolich, Bob Gibson in 68, and then also in 67. Lou Burdett, Bobo Newsom, of course, in
Oh,
1940.
big Bobo, yeah.
Bobo.
You should have
Johnson-
seen Bobo's spitball.
Yeah, you know Bobo.
Yeah.
Walter Johnson, Wade Hoyt, Art Neff, Carl Mays, Stan Kovaleski. I'm actually going to stop reading because it happened quite often back when it was, as you were saying,
When they were throwing underhand.
throwing underhand.
But
Yeah.
so it's only happened in the lifetimes of the people who participate in this podcast, either from a production or on-air standpoint. It's happened twice.
Yeah, I wasn't
Shizer
alive for
Schiller.
88. Still my dad's
but somebody
nutsack.
here was. Nobody here was alive in 75 though.
No.
Nope.
Well then.
I hope he fucking does it. That'd be so sick.
Well, I'm already in the record of saying that it won't happen, so that means it won't happen.
I might have to say that it will.
Wow. Jersey bet?
Oh,
Jersey bet.
wow, you
Brother,
fiends.
Brother, you're already neck deep in the Cardigan world to me right now.
Yeah,
He lost a Cardigan bet to me.
I lost a
actually,
Cardigan
Oh, no.
bet.
he didn't really lose a Cardigan bet. He offered me an opportunity to win a Cardigan, basically.
Yeah.
And he lost that opportunity. Or you
Well,
won.
I got McDonald's. I got McDonald's for dinner, and I just held up a soda, and I said, "If you can guess what kind of soda is in this cup, I'll get you a Cardigan." And I said, by the way, you have to specify the kind of Coke. Is if it's regular Coke, if it's Diet Coke, if it's Coke Zero,
Coke
and
Zero.
this motherfucker says root beer, and he was right.
Nailed it.
Yeah. So he did say he wanted a magenta cardigan.
Yeah, I mean, I was. That might be a hard one for you to find, so I don't want to put you. I don't
It's
want to
the
put
internet.
you out.
There's
but
so many. We could probably find someone to custom make a magenta cardigan
Yeah, a
for us.
magenta cardigan. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with
Dallas,
two
we
little
did a
nuts
whole-
on it.
we did a whole probably like 10-minute, 15-minute sidebar on colors on the stream tonight, and we were going pretty hard on it. And I just kind of reflected that I had a magenta phase in elementary and middle school, and I just kind of like never got back to it. And I feel like I kind of need to get back in touch with my roots.
Time
a
to
little
circle
bit.
back?
And
I don't
yeah,
know
and-
if they have magenta cardigans for
That-
men.
Yeah. Okay. So
Well, that
I've
does
bent-
not matter.
Yeah.
We've
So I've
established
bent
that.
that rule for sure. I mean, my
Yeah.
favorite cardigan is a woman's cardigan. Technically.
Yeah. Can we get a freshly shaven Jay with the magenta cardigan on, and maybe a
Oh,
trip
wow.
fresh out
Yeah,
of the
there's-
salon?
There's some men's magenta cardigans.
Freshly shaven out of the shower in a magenta cardigan might attract a completely different demo than we currently have.
I'll be honest. I might fucking.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one looks
Too
nice.
many rally rips, you
Macy's.
start to get a little confused.
So this color, they're calling it Chinese eggplant.
Wow, that sounds even obviously more exotic.
Yeah, but it's flagged as a magenta. So
Wow.
yeah, I can send it to you to see if this will work. And if so, you got yourself a men's magenta cardigan.
Yeah, I would if we're actually ordering it, I would just ask that it be ordered in extra large.
Extra large.
Yeah.
You're an extra large.
Jay's got a modern day housewife style to him, like a
I like some bagginess to it. I
Like
want
you wear a cardigan that looks like a bathrobe that would be worn by like a wife who's waiting for her husband to come back from Vietnam, just like walking around the kitchen.
Oh.
I'll be back soon.
just slamming old Milwaukee's.
Yeah.
my
riveting.
favorite cardigan, which once again is technically a woman's cardigan, is extremely long. And well, it was sold at a store that doesn't sell men's clothing.
Okay.
That is one way to describe Forever 21.
No.
What's big and flowing? Where you going, Lane Bryant?
No, it's
I know V's Closet's got a, it's got a.
Hold on. Anthropology.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no men's section there. It's like clothing and furniture and things, but no
things.
No men's clothing. It's just
Jay,
women's
accessories.
Do you have an Anthropology card?
No,
like
no,
membership.
No, that place is expensive. I can't afford to be shopping there with any regularity. No. This was a rare find, and it was on a sale rack, but it is still to this day the most expensive cardigan that I've purchased by quite a bit.
Wow. How much are we talking? We talking 3 figs?
No,
what's 3 figs? So was it $100 or more? Yes, it was. It's the only cardigan I've purchased that's $100 or more.
Wow.
It's beautiful though. You guys have seen it. Yeah,
I'm sure it is very pretty.
Yeah. It's called Wildflower.
You've worn it here?
I wore it to your house, and I also wore it. I believe I wore it most recently to the Game 7, the ALCS Game 7 stream, because I felt that I should be wearing my best for a Game 7.
Right. Your most expensive cardigan.
That's why I remember it, because I put on my
the
best.
Jaguar of cardigans.
That's right. And if we get a Game 7, you will see it again.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
The Jaguar. The big body sedan of cardigans.
Yeah.
This is no joke, folks. Finely twilled from silk.
Oh, no, it's so finely twilled. It's from the Netherlands.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah. Big cardigan game out there.
Yeah. They've got they do knitting and stuff out there,
Sure. All day, all night.
It's good. That's got a magenta element to it, like right on the cuff.
We interrupt this podcast to tell you, actually, not even just to tell you, I'm enlightening you. Z-Biotics. And if you listen to Section 10 as well as Baseball is Dead, then you know that last weekend we had ourselves a Halloween costume party. And boy, was I drinking alcohol. A whole bunch of alcohol. It is what it is. But that's why I always stay strapped with pre-alcohol, because I know that next morning I'm going to wake up and be like, why did I not go the pre-alcohol route this time? I'm never making that mistake ever again. It's a game-changing product. Had to use it the night of the Halloween costume party, which was a very fun time, but it was also a nice next morning because of pre-alcohol. Yeah, whether you're just raising a glass to your team winning, catching up with old buddies back in town, or just trying to stay sane with a house full of relatives, how you feel the next morning still matters. That's why I drink pre-alcohol. And thank God for pre-alcohol. Yeah, those morning afters, for me, not a good time. Pre-alcohol came along and really saved me. Between bowl games, cold beers, by the bonfire, and whiskey with the family after Thanksgiving dinner. This time of year is packed with festivities, and it's how I stay productive the next day. And by the way, I did work out the next day. I still was able to drag my ass up out of bed and get in the gym, which is not something that I was able to do before this. Just wasn't a thing. Pre-alcohol saved me. Got me back in the gym the morning after a night of drinking. Big time drinking, by the way. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut It's a buildup of this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for rough days after drinking. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break down this byproduct. And just remember to make pre-alcohol your first drink of the night. Drink responsibly, and you will feel your best the next day. And I can attest to that. That is the truth. That is how I felt. I felt like I could take on the world, which is not something I would normally be feeling after a night of drinking. But pre-alcohol has shown me the light. Make the most of every toast, tailgate, and touchdown this holiday season. Just don't forget to bring pre-alcohol along for the ride. Go to zbiotics.com/BID to learn more and get 15% off your first order when you use promo code BID at checkout. ZBiotics is backed with 100% money back guarantee. So if you are unsatisfied for any reason, they will refund your money. No questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/BID and use the promo code BID at checkout for 15% off. Again, promo code BID at checkout, zbiotics.com/BID. Back to the show. What is this that we just tweeted from our account? Mookie Betts is having a tough World Series. I've been terrible. I don't have any answers, is the quote from Mookie. He is hitting 130 with 0 extra base hits, 1 run scored, and 0 runs driven in.
Yeah, it has been bad. It is, when you could see after they were just like, Ohtani, don't even bring your bat up, buddy. We're just going to be sending you to first base. And he couldn't capitalize. You could see, because I'll tell you right now, and that could very well be seeping into what we're seeing now, because there's no other like bigger level of disrespect that you get as a player, or that you just feel. I don't care if you're somebody who just got called up, right? You're the guy that's fresh off the airplane from AAA, and they intentionally walk the guy ahead of you to get to you. You're still taking that very personally. You're still pissed off. Now, if you're Mookie Betts, an MVP and a world champion, and I don't care that this has happened to you before because Ohtani is who he is, you're still taking that some kind of way. And when you just continually can not capitalize, and you can't figure out a way to move the line along, that eats at you. And I think that is playing a big role in his lackluster performance. It's carrying over.
Yeah, I feel bad because I know that like one of the questions that I asked him in spring training about the rings, and like I know that he's in the ring business. He is. I was like, are you chasing within your own sport? Are you chasing Jeter? Are you trying to chase like Jordan? Like, where are we going? Like, are we thinking bigger? Like, are we like Bill Russell? Like, where are we going with this?
Easy.
And he is absolutely in the business of winning as many rings as he possibly can. And to get, I mean, he knows how hard it is to get to the World Series. Like, it's not a given. Just because you're on the Dodgers doesn't mean that you're just going to spawn in the World Series every single year. I'm sure that there was a point where the Yankees of the 90s thought, we're going to get there every single year. And then poof, it's gone. Yeah, you have that one little blip on the radar in 2009. And other than that, it's 15 and 8. So what, 23 years of no World Series? Like that's generations. It's a long time.
Non-championship mediocrity.
Yeah. So it's not lost on Mookie how hard it is to get there. And I'm sure he would love to be able to contribute, but there's still time left. As we've said on earlier bonus pods about, if someone is not performing well, all it takes is one game to just completely go off and make an impact, especially now that it's 3-2, it's game 6, and they're in Toronto. It takes one game to just completely show out and change the entire narrative of your World Series performance, even your entire postseason performance, if you haven't been doing dick. And I think it's Mookie's turn, because obviously Shohei has had his crazy, 9 times on base, 2 homers, 2 doubles, 5 walks performance, and the 3 homers and the 10 strikeouts over 6 shut. Like, he's done his thing. Freddie, who's been relatively quiet this postseason, he has his walk-off home run in the 18-inning game. It's time for Mookie to make his mark. So I think now that he's acknowledging it, like I've sucked, that's going to sit with him. He'll have Thursday, the off day, to sit with that. And then he'll show up in Toronto, a place where, need I remind you, he hit for the cycle there. Yeah, he's had success in Toronto. So we'll see what happens.
Well, it's that offense that has had the success. And we're talking about the Toronto Blue Jays. Saw this 10 hit games this postseason for the Blue Jays. That's the second most in a single postseason. They're the fourth team with 9 or more. The other 3 won the World Series. It's 11 games where they've scored 5 runs or more, tied for the most in a single postseason. 10th team with double-digit 5-run games. And of the 9 before them, 8 won the World Series. 9 games with 5 runs and 10 hits, tied for the second most in a single postseason, and the third team to accomplish the feat. The previous 2 teams won the World Series.
Yeesh.
That is from Dodgers Tailgate. But that is just that is a juggernaut. That is a buzzsaw. Like, that feels like an indomitable force steamrolling. Like, they tell you to swim sideways if you ever find yourself caught on a mountain in an avalanche. Good luck. Like, it just does not feel like you're getting to the side. You're not making it.
The Blue Jays in this postseason are averaging 10.5 hits per game for the whole postseason.
It is. I mean, they are mollywhopping right now.
Yeah. Really quick before we get to the nugs and the final thoughts. I know we obviously touched on it a little bit here, but the pitching matchup for Game 6, Yoshinobu Yamamoto is on the bump, trying to make it 3 straight complete games, which he won't do. You've heard it here first. He's not going to do it, and he's going up against Kevin Gausman, who's been he's been really good. This is I think this was the Game 2 pitching matchup. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and Gausman for the postseason. It's been 4 starts, 5 appearances, 24 and 2/3 innings. It's a 2.55 ERA and 0.93 WHIP. He has punched out 18 batters, so he's not exactly blowing the doors off anybody, but opponents against Gausman this postseason, 163 with a 579 OPS. We don't need to get into the numbers of Yamamoto. We know he's been outstanding. It's been 4 starts, 28 and 2/3 innings, a 157 ERA. Opponents hitting 165 against him with a 450 OPS. So,
1, 2, 3.
what the fuck is this?
It's a pretty good song.
I think every player in Japan gets their own song, right? Like what threshold do you have to reach to get your own song? Obviously Yamamoto is great. I obviously know the Hideki Okajima song, but he was an all-star in the United States. Like what threshold do you have to reach to get your own song? Or is it just when you make the team, you get a song? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, winning fucking 43 Salamoras in a row also does it. I don't know. Like, if there's I don't know. Like, yeah, from a pitcher, like, do you have to win a Salamora? Like, I don't know.
I mean, Okajima was a reliever and he had the greatest banger of all time.
I mean, maybe you just got to be, they gravitate towards certain players over there for the same reasons fans here do, right? They just fall in love with people over there. No,
I guess. I don't know.
But I tell you right now, that will be the first tweet from me tomorrow morning. That fucking Yamamoto song. That is an absolute banger, and I love it.
They do it right over there in Japan. They do it right. If everyone's got a song, I mean, we gotta find someone who is. I mean, I feel like fucking young Joseph would know. Like, how at what point do you get a song?
Yeah,
we need someone who's immersed in Japanese baseball culture that can tell us, when do you get a song? Is it when you make the roster? Do you have to make an all-star team? Certain number of games played? I don't know, but we'll figure it out. I promise you, we'll figure that out. Very excited for this pitching matchup as I was the first time around. Obviously, it's a potential World Series clincher for the Toronto Blue Jays. I still think it goes 7, and I think we all do. I think none of us are ready to say goodbye to baseball season. I think we're all kind of rooting for a Game 7, even if you are rooting for. If you're a Blue Jays fan, of course you want to finish it in 6. But if you're a neutral baseball fan who happens to want to see the Blue Jays win, I don't think we'd mind the series going to a 7th game. So we'll see. Dallas, Halloween costume.
Yeah, I'm. Oh, you mean like wear it tomorrow?
Yes.
Whatever.
Well, we'll have to take it offline. We'll have to take it offline because I think either there was an idea of everyone individually dressing up in a Halloween costume for the stream, or the idea of last minute throwing together a quartet costume idea that we could all wear on the stream together. But it might be a pain in the ass. I went to Spirit Halloween twice today, 3 times total. I'm down to go again. I like it there, but it's the closer that you get to Halloween, the more chaotic it is in the store. Like I started going like early October because I like to browse. I just buy shit. Like I bought Scream socks. I don't go there for costumes. I go there for like gotsy items. I got Scream socks. They have a ghost face slipper where the foot goes in the mouth. Those are cool. I got a black skull where one of the eyes is like a red rose. Like I buy like Coley says this all the time. Like my house is basically decorated for Halloween year round. Like I just buy shit like that.
Yeah. Well, we were going for eye makeup, and that's where my wife was like, so 12-foot skeleton. And I was like, well, all right. Yeah. We got to go to Home Depot for that. But how about this automated scarecrow that jumps out at you? And I was ready to walk out of the store with that, but they couldn't show me how it worked. And the only one that they had was a broken one on display. And they were like, we can order one, but you know how that goes. And, all sales are final. And I was like, well, I don't want a broken one. So, but yeah, I would have walked out of the store with that damn thing too.
Yeah,
so
they did say all sales are final at this point. But I was like, I don't care. I'm not going to return my Scream socks and slippers, dude.
Keeping those.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll take it offline. If we can figure out a quartet costume idea, it's going to be tough because it's like now Amazon's out of the question. Like it's got to be like in home or something Spirit Halloween related. And by then it's like, are they going to have our size? I don't know. We'll figure it out. If you've been listening to the streams,
order up.
Oh, yes, indeed. Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman in the last 2 games of the World Series have combined to go 3 for 22. That's a 136 batting average. All 3 of those hits are singles, and they have 9 strikeouts and 24 plate appearances. That's a 37.5% strikeout rate. Not great. This would be the second postseason ever to feature multiple players hitting 390 or higher in at least 50 plate appearances. Both Vlad Jr. and Ernie Clement are doing that. The only instance of that where multiple players have done it is 2004, where somehow 4 players did so. Carlos Beltran, Hideki Matsui, David Ortiz, and Albert Pujols. Jared referenced it earlier, but Vlad Jr. is now up to a 1337 OPS. He would be the youngest player ever to produce a 1300 OPS in a single postseason. That's a little misleading. There have only been 4 instances of that total in baseball history. A-Rod in 09, Beltran in 04, Bonds in 02, and Molitor also for the Blue Jays in 1993. So we'll see where Vlad Jr. ends up on that list. Katie Sharp, former colleague of mine at ESPN, I believe she now does stats for some John Boy product, but either way, she tweeted out that Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s last 10 playoff games feature 18 hits, 9 walks, and 12 runs. Arbitrary numbers, but let's have some fun. The only players in MLB postseason history with 18 or more hits, 9 or more walks, and 12 or more runs in any 10-game span are Babe Ruth from 26 to 32, and Bernie Williams from 1995 to 1996. Fun little nug there. Yesavage, I believe that's how we're pronouncing it.
Yep.
Multiple starts with 1 or 0 runs, 1 or 0 walks, and 11 or more strikeouts in a single postseason in MLB history. That list is Randy Johnson in 2001, Cliff Lee in 2010, and Yesavage in 2025. 12 or more strikeouts in a World Series game. He's the first to do so since El Duque in Game 3 of 2000. The only other people to do that since 1960, other than him and El Duque, are Tom Seaver, Bob Gibson twice, and Sandy Koufax. He's also the first pitcher in World Series history to have a start with 12 or more strikeouts and 0 walks, regardless of age. If you look at pitchers age 23 or younger to put up 12 or more strikeouts in a postseason game, World Series or otherwise, it's Yesavage in the World Series tonight, John Candelaria in the 1975 NLCS, and Livan Hernandez in that absolutely despicable 1997 NLCS performance that allowed them to advance to the World Series and, of course, ruin my childhood. Blake Snell went, I don't remember 116 pitches, I think was the final number, but regardless, it was the 4th start this postseason to feature 110 or more pitches league-wide. There were 3 such starts in the postseason from 2021 to 2024 combined. So again, outlier in terms of the distance that pitchers are going in this particular postseason. And if we look at pitchers with multiple 11 strikeout performances in a single postseason all time, it's Yesavage and Skubal this season, Scherzer in 2013, Verlander in 2012, Cliff Lee in 2010, Randy in 2001, Kevin Brown in 1998, and Tom Seaver in 1973. Vlad Jr. is the 8th instance of 8 or more homers in a single postseason, joining Ohtani this season, Adolis Garcia in 23, Arozarena and Corey Seager in 20, Nelson Cruz in 11, Carlos Beltran in 04, and Barry Bonds in 02. And tomorrow, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will have a chance to break Randy Arozarena's record for most hits in a single postseason. We will see whether he does it. Blake Snell allowed 2 homers tonight. He'd allowed 2 homers in his previous 8 postseason starts combined, and his 2 homers in his previous 12 starts overall this season combined. And those are the nugs.
Thank you, Justin Havens.
Yep. Thank you.
Did you see, this is my final thought. Did you see that Cam Schittler came after T today?
Excuse me?
So Tyler Milliken did a commercial for like...
Now.
Yeah, he did a commercial for a batting cage, and then, I mean, obviously he looks horrible. He's not athletic, but someone took a screenshot of Milky's like batting stance, and the caption was "Taking Cam Schittler, 450 dead center," and Cam quote tweeted it, and like did like with like a video of someone in the batting cage, like not even swinging because it went by him so fast. But the kicker here is that they didn't tag him. So that means Cam Schittler is just sitting on Twitter, searching his name all day. Like your team is eliminated. You are like, he's chronically online, and we know that about him now. So that was my takeaway. Not that he went at T, but that he is a confirmed name searcher,
which means that, oh man, and I don't know if this has already happened for him or not, but it feels like there's going to be a lesson learned at some point in time. At some point in time, that if you're gonna be that dude, it's gonna catch up to you, and there's gonna be a moment where you just have to. I believe at some point in time we're going to see a hat tip coming Milky's way, before. Like just hey, you know what? I'm done. I tap out. I'm done with this. I feel like we're probably going to get to that point, because Man, I don't know if that
You know
was the
who else was
wisest
like
move.
this? Marcus Stroman.
Yep.
Yeah. A notorious name searcher on Twitter. I doubt he does anymore. I don't think he gives a fuck. I could be wrong, but he stopped. I think he stopped engaging altogether on social media, but he used to do that all the time. Search his name and respond to people that were talking about him.
Yeah. I mean, that's just the,
Stro hasn't tweeted since April 10th. So I'm hoping that he finally gave that up. But it looks like Cam Schittler has taken his place.
well, like they said in Sparta, choose your next words wisely.
You can kill the man, but not the idea.
No, Milky lives too strong.
Yeah. That'd be a great battle, by the way. I would love to see them go at it on Twitter.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Dallas, final thoughts?
I said we were going to need to see a vintage Blake Snell effort if the Dodgers were going to have a chance. It wasn't vintage by any means. It was 6 2/3. The lack of support for the Dodgers bullpen just continues to rear its head and continues to be an issue regardless of what the starting pitching does. And unfortunately, there has been no signs of life from the offense to get them out of the funk they're in, and to have to go to Toronto now and deal with all of the momentum that the Blue Jays have created since getting absolutely bitch slapped. It's been a complete turnaround for the Jays. And I said it at the beginning of the podcast, the Blue Jays in 6 right now in the 6 feels as inevitable as the sunrise tomorrow.
Wow. With a 6-player pick'em also.
Two
Dual
6-player pick'ems.
Dual 6-player pick'ems. Can I add one more final thought? Love the Derek Shelton hiring by the Twins.
Yeah, Shelty.
Yep. Love that hiring.
Minnesota night.
Yep. That's I mean, we don't have to do a deep dive on that, and just want to give it my seal of approval for any Twins fans that might be listening to a World Series reaction pod where the Twins are not involved. Jay, hey, your final thought?
Yeah, I don't want anybody to think that I'm rooting against the Blue Jays tomorrow specifically, but what I will be doing is rooting for a Game 7. So I must root for the Dodgers tomorrow. Yeah, that's just how it's going to go, because we have the potential for a Game 7 of the World Series in our sights, and whenever that's possible, that's what we must root for.
No other choice. And because you're a great friend and you want to see me succeed, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, yes, because then it would be in Toronto for Game 7, and I would be forced to root for a walk-off Toronto win, because that's the most exciting thing.
Yeah.
And it would all of our interests would align there, I think.
That would be, I mean, is there anything better? Is there anything better than a Vlad 3-run walk-off bomb to win the World Series
against a lefty reliever from the Dodgers, and it's just a dead pull shot. Like, everything about it is Joe Carter all over again.
Yeah.
Other than it
being
being Game 7 instead of Game 6, but yeah, you get the point.
Yeah. It's off the back of the Rogers Center. Everybody knows it. It's a combination of the Joe Bats bat flip. It's everything. It's touch 'em all, Vlad. You'll never hit
crazy.
It. This is the first of many homers that you're gonna just fucking give it to me,
dude. What if it's George Springer? What if it's like a Joe Carter, Kirk Gibson hybrid thing, where he's hobbling in and he's like, oh, it's George Springer. It's like Jake Taylor from Major League. It's like, he's going to do it, except it's a home run and it's a Joe Carter home run. It's like, touch them all, George, touch them all.
I want. That's not selfish.
Now I'm kind of going to be let down with just like a normal World Series conclusion. So, all right, pressure's on.
Yeah, go out there and fucking lose it, Toronto.
Go get them, guys.
Yeah, we need it big time. All right, Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Tune into Just the Nuts for Game 6. We go live probably about 5-10 minutes before first pitch, and we'll be all Halloween costumed out, ready to rock. And literally, you don't know who the fuck is going to show up. Like, to some of the names that were in the group text that were thrown out there in terms of who might be a guest for Game 6, potentially Game 7, you're going to be like, wait, what? Like, this is an alternate. It is an alternate universe. It is. So hope you tune in for the live streams. Hope you enjoy the post game podcasts after every single game, and we're going to keep it rolling right through Game 7. We'll see you then.
Wow.